Guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to learn about how you can carry out summary statistics and how you can do codebook in STATA. Of course, when you bring in data into STATA and then you want to perform your analysis, the first step is to check your data. What does your data contains? The first step is checking your data, which will help you to clean your data. If you don't carry out that very important step, you're going to be having difficulties when you start analyzing data, or even if you don't have difficulties, you're going to be arriving at a wrong conclusion, wrong interpretation, or wrong dissemination of incorrect analysis. So the first step is to do cleaning, and for you to do cleaning is that initial step of checking what does your data contains. So we're going to go to those actions, and for you to find those actions in STATA, remember STATA also you can use command, and if you don't know the commands, you are free also to still use the toolbar. So we are going to data, and then we are going to describe data. So we say that we are going to look at codebook, and then we are going to look at summary statistics. So you click here, and here you are given the variable window where you are going to select the variables that you are going to involve in the codebook. So I'm going to have gender, age, then I'm going to have knowledge score, household size. I'm going also to look at adoption score, income before, income after, satisfaction, education, and county. Then I'm going to submit it. So I'll be given a codebook which carries my data of the variables that I have given out in the codebook. So the first one, we selected gender. So you're going to be given two unique values, 2, missing 0, tabulation frequencies. We have 10. Value is called the female in double quotes because it is a string variable. Then when you come to age, you're going to be given range of 24 to 45. So the ages in this data is between 24 and 45. 24 being the youngest person, and then 45 being the eldest or the older person in my data set. And then unit 1, missing 0. And then mean of the age is 32.4. Standard deviation is that one. Percentiles, 10%, 25% are 28 years old, 50% are 31, 75 are 36, 90 are 40. Then we also have knowledge score. We are going to get the range, and also if there is any value missing, and then percentile, households, tabulation, frequencies, like that. And then you have adoption. You have also income before, income after, satisfaction, education, and then we are told that our education numeric low, and then it has been categorized into 1 college, 2 primary, 3 secondary, 4 university, and then also the counties that we have. So from this codebook, you're able to see where your data needs cleaning. Like for example, in the age category, if we had like one being the smallest person, and then we have 300 as the older person, that could show us that there's something wrong, because unless this data was for children, we always understand that we are collecting data from people who are older, like 18 years and above. And if it is for children, we need consent for them. And then for the eldest person to be 330, that information is wrong. So that's where you can start now cleaning your data. And then if you had missing also, you need to go and uh, assign those which are missing, or find that data which is missing, so that you don't have incomplete data analysis, incomplete conclusion, incomplete interpretation, which means that the people who are going to consume your data are not getting the right information. So we are done with Codebook. So you can put all the variables that you have, so that it give you the overview and observation of the data. So we go to summary statistics, we go to data, and then we go to describe again, and then we go to summary statistics, and then also here you can select the data that you want. So in the summary statistics, it is only going to give you those data which are numeric. For the string data, you're not going to get them here. And then you submit. Then you have your results. So you have your results, the variables that you have selected, observation, the mean, standard deviation, and then the mean and maximum. So that's how you can do summary or describe your data using Codebook and Summary Statistics. Also, you can, instead of going I've said that instead of you going through the toolbar, you can use the commands. So for you to execute the commands, you have to know the commands and write them correctly, because any wrong command, the SPSS is not going to execute any command. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it has helped you to know that you need to understand your data before you start analysis, so that you can know if your data needs cleaning, if you still need to do something about your data before you embark on analysis, so that you can provide very good report, very good outputs from the report.